Hey everybody, here with Chris on the phone. He is a medical tech sales rep, and today's question is, I'm a sales veteran. How do I break into the IT sales tech industry? You know, so strategy number one that I've seen proven done is getting in front of the right VP of sales and convincing him or her that you are the right person for the job. So that is option one. Option two that I see, and this is all without a network, right, is the corporate sales route, where you are, you know, a lot of these corporate sales team, which is short for, you know, inside or mid-market sales team, that's the hustling role, where, you know, your deal sizes are smaller. They're not six-figure contracts, but they require a lot of volume. It's that stepping stone from corporate sales rep to an enterprise sales rep. And that's a sweet spot because a lot of these, I've seen people get hired from pharmaceutical sales with experience. It's because it's customer facing. You know, you need to have that face-to-face interaction. You need that fundamental sales experience. At the same time, those companies need a rep who's willing to go out and hunt. They may not. I mean, there isn't a network because a lot of times these technology sales companies are brand new and they don't have a channel system in place to actually help with that. And the third option is start from the very bottom, which is the SDR gateway. I've met SDRs who were over in their 30s who had to, you know, start over and transition there, and that was their way to figure it out if they can break through and become a closing sales rep. As long as you do the work, you know, it'll be a year and a half to you know, at most, that you'll be doing the job before you go to a sales role. So those are kind of the three avenues that I would advise on if you wanted to get into technology sales outside of, you know, tech. If I were in your shoes, I would focus on like a corporate sales role of two people that I know who were able to break into tech sales with, you know, coming from advertising, or the other gentleman was coming from another account manager based role. And they essentially they essentially treated that like a completely new sales cycle. They were able to get a conversation in front of the VP of sales and convince them that they could do the job just because they're a badass sales rep. So
if what I'm hearing from you is accurate, if you're not looking to buy the network, then if I've shown if I can demonstrate clearly that I can do a highly technical sale, these should translate. These should translate to that VP of sales if I can wow them.
Yeah, for the most part, the only difference is it's just a different buyer, right? So instead of selling to a doctor, you're selling to an IT person.
The medical device industry, years ago, you would walk in and sell to a doctor, right? But today, it's not like that. We're going through value analysis committees. We're going through RFPs. We're going through larger decision-making processes. We're navigating the C-suite level. So it's a much different situation than the medical device industry 10, 15 years ago, where I could walk into a doctor's office, he would agree to try my product in surgery, I could be in surgery the next week with the product, and we would be live on cases. That's not the existence anymore.
Well, see, Chris, you just did your job, which is you sold me that it's transferable. It's a transferable skill, and the sales cycle isn't that different. What really matters is your conviction that you can go do the job. And then the second thing is really company choice. Right? Do I think you can get it in a big company like Microsoft or Cisco right out of the gate in a big boys job? I've only seen that happen only because the VP of sales knew the type of salesperson that guy was on the outside. If you focus into like a technology startup, that's the sweet spot. Those are the companies that, you know, that have a hard time attracting all these enterprise talents, yet they need good sales reps, and it's easier to get in front of them and make your case. And I think that is, you know, if I were you, I would start there.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. I appreciate your time, and I don't want to take too much of it. How would you go about that? I mean, when you say pick the right company.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would look at like there's always these lists, top, you know, Business Insider is a great start. Business Insider's top startups to bet your career on, or top cybersecurity startups or top cybersecurity companies, and start building a list based on, you know, based on that. Or look at the folks who sponsor like Black Hat, which is a big hacker conference in the cybersecurity space. Another approach I've taken differently is actually every time I talk to an IT person, I always, I ask them, hey, what are some of the new hot security startups that is worth checking out? And that's been an interesting kind of answer that I never asked, and I got a different answer. So it's like, okay, now I have an idea. So like I would talk to your Guy Point guy and be like, what are the hot selling? That's actually a great idea. If you already have the contact, what are the top vendors that you are seeing that is getting traction? Because they have visibility, right? They know what products are selling, and that's who you want to work for. You want to work for stuff that are hot and selling, because that just means more money in your pocket. I'm a believer in when it comes to sales, it's all about the conviction and the ability to influence someone in that moment. So it's all about getting in front of them and really bringing that presence and that and hearing their needs and really delivering that and reducing their uncertainty of you being that ideal candidate. And that's kind of like one reason why I love about our jobs is it's a level of like, BSing that in a good way, right? It's like,
I just think that we're trying to tell them a story,
right,
in a way that's compelling enough to make them feel like they need to take action.
That's it.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, if you look at it, bottom line is, I don't know if you've ever read like Conversations That Solve the Complex Sale or seen any whiteboard selling stuff, but if we overload the mind with information, a lot of times that's the fastest way to get booted out the door, right?
Right.
We need to tell them a simple story that solves their problem, and it's compelling enough that it makes them take action, or else they're going to feel pain if they don't.
That's it.
And I mean, that's really what it all boils down to, and it's just how effective am I at telling that story? And in this instance, I need to learn the industry so that I can tell it. So, look, man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time. I know we've never met before, but it says a lot about your character and the kind of person you are, that you're willing to serve like this and help somebody that you